Hello friends, welcome back to Yoga with Paige. It's great to see you on the mat again, especially for this quick, nice tension relief practice for the legs. This class is all about when you're sore or when you're super tight, the lower half of the body. It is a quick little practice where we just relieve some of that tension. We don't need any props, and this class is all level friendly, so you can grab your mat and we can begin. We begin today in wide child's pose, starting to open the hips and melt the heart down. Our knees are as wide as the mat, our big toes are together. We're sending the hips back and down, reaching forward with the fingers. Using our breath to exhale and go a little bit deeper. Just a few breaths here, maybe finding little tiny hip wiggles to open them up. And then we'll meet in tabletop pose. Whenever you're ready, lifting yourself up, preparing for a little bit of cat-cow, warming up the spine here. So shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees. And we inhale, lift the gaze, drop the belly. Exhale, press away from the mat. Moving with the breath, just a few rounds of these, 3 or 4. Waking up the spine, just coming into the body. Beautiful. We meet in tabletop, where we tuck the toes and send the hips up, downward facing dog. Start walking the hands out, pedaling the feet. Taking a moment to wake up the backs of the legs, especially if we're super sore. We can always keep the knees a little bit bent at first as we release and find length. Sending the hips up and heels down. Taking one nice deep breath here. Then grounding through the left foot. Reaching the right up, three-legged dog. Find length here, create space in the hips, but keep them square. And then exhale to bend the knee, stack the hips, open to the side, pushing that foot as far away as you can. Think about flattening the foot to the wall. A nice big breath here. And then exhale, come back to three-legged dog. Bringing the knee in through the chest and releasing it, coming into runner's lunge. We're up on the fingertips, our chest is lifted. Sending our gaze forward, sending that left heel back, creating a nice long line in the back of the leg. Opening through the hip flexor. One more breath. And then releasing that left knee, coming into half splits, flexing the right foot. Lifting through the chest to find length, and then exhale to slowly, gently fold over the hamstring. If our lower back is rounded like this, we're stretching more of the back than the hamstring. So the important thing is to keep the spine long, even if we're up here or our back foot is tucked, we need to use blocks to help us stabilize. Nice long spine. Then coming back onto the right foot, planting the hands, sweeping that leg back, three-legged dog. Send it up high. See if it feels a little bit more open now as we press through the hands. Then bend the knee, bring it in through the chest, and release it coming into pigeon pose. Sending that left foot all the way back. Hips are down into the mat. Wiggling into your feel-good spot here. Really lengthening the right glute. Maybe we find ourselves coming onto our forearms for a few breaths. Releasing tension in the hips and in the shoulders. Breathing nice and deep. Beautiful. Beautiful. One more breath. Then lifting back up on the hands, reaching back for that left ankle, pulling it into the hips, getting a beautiful quadricep stretch here. Still sending the hips down into the mat, lifting up through the chest to lengthen through the top of the leg. On your next exhale, gently release the foot and pivot onto the sit bones. So our left leg is flexed up, our right foot meets the left thigh, and we reach overhead. Right arm comes up, our hips are opening, our chest is still lifted. One more big inhale, and exhale, release to the top of the mat, sending that right leg back into downward facing dog. Then grounding through the right leg, raising the left up high, noticing how tight or how open we are here, just observing, holding for one breath. Then stacking the hips, bending the knee, trying to gaze under the left shoulder, seeing how much space we can create for ourselves in this practice today. Just a few minutes. It can be all the time we need. And exhale, three-legged dog, gazing at the hands, bringing the knee in through the chest and planting the foot, reaching up into our runner's lunge. We're on the fingertips, reaching that right heel back. Feeling this beautiful opening in the front of the hips. Sweet release. Deep breath. Still sending that heel back up on the ball of the right foot. And then exhale, come into our half splits, keeping the hips square as we reach them backwards, flexing the left foot. Again, making sure we're finding length in the spine is the most important part of this posture, to really get the full stretch in the hamstrings. Two more deep breaths here. And exhale, shift your weight forward, sweeping the left leg back, three-legged dog, nice and high, hips are square. And then bending the knee, bringing it into pigeon pose. Lifting the chest high, sending those hips down. And then slowly coming onto the forearms. Deepening the outer hip stretch. Noticing the sensations. And maybe noticing thoughts or feelings that arise during our practice today. One more breath. Then gently raise up, reaching back for the right ankle, pulling it into the hips. Breathing nice and deep, releasing tension wherever you find it. And exhale, gently let that foot down, come onto the sit bones, and reach for that right foot. Left arm comes overhead. Side body stretch. Exhale, sweeping that arm around, coming to sit up into bound angle, bringing the soles of the feet together. Finding the big toe, wrapping peace fingers around to pull up the chest, pull the feet in a little bit closer to the hips. Send the knees down, using the opposition of the feet to pull you in closer, open the groins. Breathing. Two more deep breaths. down, lifting the chest back up, still in bound angle. Rock back on the sit bones to find our balancing spot and lift up the feet. Still in bound angle, we can grab onto the outer edges of the feet if that makes it easier, this little balancing bound angle pose. Exhale, release the feet to the mat, reach the fingertips forward. We can even just let ourselves go, let ourselves hang out, maybe round a little bit in the back, whatever feels good to you and your legs right now. Taking a few more nice soothing breaths. Before reaching back up, taking this right leg, crossing it over the left, trying to stack the knees. The feet are flexed out to the sides, rooting down through the sit bones. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, cactus. 2 more of these with the breath. Inhale to reach. Exhale, cactus. Exhale. Taking the fingertips behind us to gently switch the legs. Unravel to re-ravel. Taking our awareness to the hips as the most important part. Feeling them out. Inhale, reach up when we find our position, and exhale, cactus. Just to end the class with a nice opening of the front body and the back body as well. One last breath. And exhale, cactus. Release the hands, and we can cross the feet at the ankles, coming into an easy seat, where we take one last breath together. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. I look forward to practicing with you again very soon. Namaste.